Welcome to Sports Life Talk.
Hey, yeah.
Cause this is Sports Life Talk.
Hey,
You rock it with Sports Life Talk.
Life Talk.
Hot topics with Sports Life Talk. So come and get you some Sports Life Talk. They let us in the game, now we calling the shots. Things will never be the same, so forget what you thought. Cause life without sports ain't nothing but talk. Here we go now, finally a show that makes your heart pound. Profound, wonder what's running up through your thoughts now. About to drown our podcast, that be watered down. Tell them clowns it's a new era, and it's starting now. From 5 total strangers to 5 Power Rangers, approaching Sports Life Talk from 5 different angles. Get ready for the change up. We done turned the flame up. The topics that we bring up, we about to blow this thing up. Yeah, let's get it cracking. KT the head coach and Miss Manhattan. Gemini Jones hold the throne, she be calling them out. Mr. United Surgeon B. Jones, the mouth of the South. From the cover athlete to the yeet of the week, we got what you need. We dropping what's hot in the streets, from copping new sneaks to locals popping, doing big things. When gossip and tea, let Kimberly pour you a dream. Sports Life Talk, who is them? Went from not listening and now you're tuning in. If you're feeling what you're hearing, tell a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for listening, let the show begin. Sports Life Talk, who is them? Went from not listening and now you're tuning in. If you're feeling what you're hearing, tell a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for listening, now let the show begin.
Let's go.
Go Tigers.
Go Cowboys. All right, so welcome to another episode of Sports Life Talk, where life without sports is just talk. It is Wednesday, May 22nd, and we're here. We everybody got on the ark and made it on in, and
Gemini, this is a national show. People don't know that it's storming and raining cats and dogs out here in Dallas. You got to front load that a little bit better.
cat, dogs, donkeys, mules, cows, everything. It was rough out there today. Couldn't even take my baby to the playground today. But we're here. You know, KD had some things she needs to get taken care of, so she is not here with us this evening. But thank y'all for joining us. This is episode 224. But before we get into all of that, B. Jones, how you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling flavorful. You know what I'm saying? We had a little bit of a rest and reprieve. We took last week off. I mean, some of us don't get time off like that. So for us to get that PTO last week meant a lot to me and KT. I know you and Kimberly, y'all kind of regular. Y'all here and now, scattered out. But nah, it was, we got Memorial Day coming up. I'm feeling pretty flavorful right now. Feeling pretty good. And I think we're going to have a dope one. Whoever came up with the idea for us to honor individuals that may not have that type A, that A listing type, I get excited about these shows now. So to talk about Simone Manuel, it's going to be a good one. So I'm excited.
Well, I just want to say that I believe in mental health. And so PTO is very required for my mental health. And it's not my fault that you don't use your accrued PTO.
Okay.
And so, you can get fired at any minute now, and you can't take your PTO, which, you know what I'm saying? So I just go ahead.
I mean, the producers were talking to us, and they were like, yeah, somebody's getting close to getting fired. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Gemini, you've been here for 10 years. I ain't took no time off, and then they lay you off, and you ain't even do nothing wrong. You know what I'm talking about? That ain't even your fault.
I mean, I'm just saying, America, take your PTO, okay?
Take your PTO.
Take your PTO, because these folks will run you in the ground, okay?
Well, Kevin, I'm about to establish how many hours I got, KT? I got to have at least 200-300 worth of hours on PTO stacked up.
We got about 3 years worth, B. Jones, so we good. We can probably take off for next year.
I got a good year of PTO stacked up already, so.
From where? Not from this podcast. There's no way you got a year left or a year worth.
Anyway, head coach, how you feeling?
I'm doing great, Gemini. We got you back in the house. I couldn't even say nothing nice, B. Jones. Let's just turn up for the next one. I tried to do something nice today. I couldn't even say it.
You know what? Be easy on you, girl. I'm kind of going through some things, but
I can tell. That's why I didn't want to kind of dig. I can tell before. Hey, family, before we hit record, her energy was nothing like this. I don't know where that came from.
Hey, you have to do what you have to do for the people and for my personal fans.
All three of them. Yeah, you got to take care of them.
Right. So they like my livelihood. But anyway, moving right along, as B. Jones mentioned, this is episode 224. And we are honoring Simone Manuel, and we are calling this episode Swimone with a W. So, B. Jones, take it away. Oh, wait, hold on. Before we do that, welcome back, Sports Life Talk listeners. Today we have a special episode. We're diving, did you catch that? Diving into the extraordinary journey of one of the most inspiring athletes of our time.
I like that energy. I like first off, I like the producers to give us these new word tracks, but I love it. I love how you did that though.
Okay, well, can I finish my sentence?
Yeah.
Most inspiring athletes of our time, the trailblazing swimmer, Simone Manuel.
So is it Manuel or Manuel? Are we making up a last name?
We're gonna say Manuel.
Manuel. All right.
Is she
All right,
Spanish? I think it's Manuel. If
she's African American, but it's my turn.
So Manuel.
No, she's straight. Yeah.
Okay, then it's Manuel. Okay.
All right. So Simone's story is one of resilience, determination, and breaking barriers. We're thrilled to honor her incredible achievements today.
Welcome to Swimone, celebrating the legacy of Simone Manuel, the podcast dedicated to honoring the remarkable achievements of one of America's most iconic swimmers. In this episode, we dive into the incredible journey of Simone Manuel, from her historic Olympic triumphs to her advocacy for change in the world of swimming. Join us as we explore the waves of inspiration she's created, the barriers she's broken, and the impact that she had both in and out of the pool. Get ready to be inspired, uplifted, and motivated by the indomitable spirit of Simone Manuel. This is Swimone.
Okay. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to the sister who wanted to get in the pool and get her hair wet. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not many of us. If you go to America, if you go to a black pool party, you're not going to find too many women in the pool. And if you do, you might find their lace front floating around at some point if they accidentally got thrown in. But typically, black women are not swimmers. So black people, period, are not swimmers. So
I can swim. I can swim. I'm cold. I can move. I'm like a killer whale in that water. I'm gone. Hey, I can't wait. I'm telling y'all, I'm a monster in that pool. But for a sports life talk. Look, you don't believe me? Hey, we finna have a swim party.
Yeah, a swim party. Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna be in the pool, getting it in. Hey, but it's funny you said that we don't have a lot of female African American swimmers, because that's where my trivia question is going to go. Who was the second African American female swimmer to make the Team USA? And coincidentally, she actually went to the same university as Simone Manuel. So y'all tell us that for Sports Life Talk. We're giving out a t-shirt, and first one to put it in the comments, I'm gonna show you your love, show you some props.
All right, cool. So it is time for the Playmaker segment. All right. So if you're new to the show, which I doubt it, because I know y'all have heard about us. But if it's your first time, thank you for joining us. And to our regulars, thank you for again listening to us. But the guys have been working hard on introducing people into the new Sports Life and to the Sports Life Talk family. So, KT, who are you speaking about this week?
Well, I got the local coach, and this one is one that wherever we go, if we're in the gym, she's in the gym. So I want to give a shout out to Coach Katrina Robinson. She's the head coach at Bowie High School in Arlington, who just celebrated her birthday, by the way. So happy birthday to Coach. She went to, did she go to Texas, or did her sister go to Texas?
I'm not sure. I think her sister went to Texas.
Her sister may have went to Tennessee, or she went to Texas. Either way, they went to UT. She's a dog. She's near and dear to our heart. So I want to give a shout out to Coach Katrina Robinson.
Hey, such a darling. She shows us love every time we see her.
Every time.
Every time. It's big hugs, big smiles. So love hanging around. For my local athlete, I'm actually, since we honoring a swim on this episode, I had to dig deep in the archive. I had to utilize Google and get some app support in on this one. But I want to send a tremendous shout out to Camille Murray of Metroplex Aquatics team and representing McKinney North High School, as well as Campbell Chase off of the Richardson swim team representing Woodrow Wilson High School. They have committed. They are one of the top. Both of those are top 20 swimmers in the state and in the country. And considered All-Americans. Camille is committed to go to Louisville, and Campbell Chase is committed to go to University of Texas. So I thought that was pretty cool. Right here in the DFW backyard, we got 2 All-American swimmers, so got to show them some love. If y'all young ladies watching this, congratulations. You are the Sports Life Talks Athletes of the Week.
All right, awesome. And throwing it back to you for the You Got Next throwback episode.
And since we got the WNBA kicked off, ripping and running, I want everybody to go check out in our archives the assistant coach of the Las Vegas Aces. I'm telling y'all, Kevin and I have been blessed over the last 4 years of doing this show. We got the opportunity last summer to sit down with Coach Natalie Nikasi. She is just in a tremendous story, being a minority POC in the game of women's basketball. She actually got the opportunity. Becky Hammond missed the game, and sure shooting, Coach Nana stepped up. Got a W as a head coach or acting head coach. So y'all got to go watch this story. What's crazy is, Kevin, this story was, I guess, after championship 1, but before championship 2. So y'all got to go see it. It's pretty cool. She talked about what that team is doing, the culture. Great episode. So y'all go check that one out.
All right, and I am going to do the local business because I be in these streets. So since we weren't here last week, I had to save this one for this week. But the Saturday night before Mother's Day, my cousin was celebrating her graduation from UNT with her master's degree. And so she got a bunch of family members together, and we went to a place called Game Show something.
Oh no, but you got me at bated breath. I'm excited about this one.
It is Game Show night, Game Show something. Okay, whatever. It was real fun. It is in Addison off of Inwood. And so basically you divide into teams. You don't have to go with family. You can go with friends if you want to. But you divide into teams and you go into this room where they have several games set up. So one was Wheel of Fortune style. One was like The Price is Right. We played Plinko. Is that where you drop the little thing down and you try to, we played that. We played trivia. I mean, it was extremely fun. It lasted about an hour and a half. We actually won. My team actually won. But I think it's about $35 a person. You can have, I'm not sure what the minimum is, but you can, have, we had game show battle rooms. That's what it is. Thank you. I couldn't think of the battle part. But it was really, 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 really fun. The host was an amazing girl. She's pregnant. And then they have like an MC that works everything, the technology. It was a lot of fun. If you have an opportunity, I would like for SLT to go. You can either make your own team or you can pull, she'll go around and you'll pull a little coin. One is red, one is blue. And that's how you determine what team you're on.
Wait, how many people per team?
I don't think it mattered. We had 16 people. So we had 8 on each of our teams. So I think you can have up to 20 people. So 10 on each side.
That's too many folks. So were you able to? We need 4 versus 4. You and Manhattan, the unattendees, the PTOers. Y'all pick 2 more girls, and me and KT, we gonna pick 2 more men, and we going in there, we doing work. That's what.
The only thing about it is, so I think we would need maybe at least 10 to 12.
All right, so 5 on 5.
It would go too fast if you just have, because of course it's, when you're doing like Family Feud, you have to be able to, go around and I think it would go too fast if you had a small amount. So I would suggest at least 10 to 12 people. So I think we should do it one day this summer. Super fun, book online. They serve like seltzers and soda. They don't, you're not drinking like anything hard there. They don't have food there, whatever. So, we can meet up, have food before, and then go. We were one of the last shows, or you can, do the show and then go eat. So game show battle room, y'all check it out because it was a lot of fun. First positive review I've given. All right, y'all.
I was just waiting for this.
Even though she messed up the name, she
didn't. But that was 2 weeks ago. I forgot. I was like, game show something, but it was really fun.
And I can't put last week on you. I was, we can't say that we didn't show up last week because that wasn't because of her. So we're not gonna put that one on you.
Well, I mean, she wasn't gonna show up anyway, B. Jones. Just trying to come out there.
Let's say
we family here.
They don't need to know everything.
Family. Well,
I went to Atlanta, but I'll get to that later. All right, so it is time for the kickoff question. I love it. See, this week I'm just on top of it. You on top of it, like.
Yep.
We swimming like fish in the ocean together, baby. All right. So despite her many successes, Simone's journey hasn't been without its challenges, of course. From navigating the pressures of elite competition to overcoming injuries and setbacks, she's faced adversity with tremendous grace and determination.
But that's what makes Simone such an inspiring figure. She's shown that resilience and perseverance are just as important as talent when it comes to achieving your goals.
So, with that being said, to what extent do you feel like
he was so excited?
Let me do it again. I'm sorry.
You made my camera fall. I was laughing. As long as it felt that way.
That's what makes Simone such an inspiring figure. She has shown resilience and perseverance are just as important as talent when it comes to achieving your goals.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That first one, B. Jones, you were like a little kid that was reading for the first time.
Right. All right. So, to what extent should athletes like Simone use their platform to advocate for justice and racial issues? And what are the potential risks and benefits of doing so? And of course, she's not the only athlete that is doing that. So that is why it's a topic of discussion. I'm sorry, y'all. My camera is not cooperating.
It's all good. But Kevin, you kick it off, man. I think this is a great question you came up with, KT. So you kick it off, man.
Well, I think when it comes to risk, let's just look at Colin Kaepernick. I mean, for taking a knee, he got exiled from the NFL. But he's still standing on that cause, and he's still, trying to represent for the social injustices in the world. So that's a downfall. But just think if Michael Jordan would have came out and spoke, about some of the issues that was going on during his time.
Mm-hmm.
Would his shoes be as big as it is now? Would he have been exercised? I mean, look at LeBron James. He talks about everything, but he makes sure that he's educated before he goes out there and says something. So it's a balance in between them. But do y'all think that the risk outweighs the rewards?
I'm gonna say this. You know what? I would probably have to put more thoughts into the secondary question you just asked, KT. But I will say this, right? I think our talents can only take us so far in life. And what I mean by that is it's always going to be the next person that's going to be bigger, faster, stronger eventually. Okay. Very rarely do we get the Aaron Rodgers and the Tom Brady's and the LeBron Jameses. And we talking about people who are just super mega gigantic superstars, right? But the reality is that most people, especially when it comes to the Olympics, they'll get their day in the sun or their moment of spotlight once every 4 years. It's not like the average person. I know I'm guilty of it. I don't follow swimming year round. I don't follow the world championships. I only get excited about the sport of swimming when it comes to the Olympics. So with that being said, somebody like that who knows that, hey, I'm only going to have a few opportunities to make an impression on the world. I need to take this time and use it for something bigger than myself, right? It can't just be about winning gold medals and making the country proud. I got to pick up this cause. I got to champion this cause and carry something else big on my back, because one day she won't be the fastest swimmer. And at that point, nobody going to want to hear what she has to say. So I don't know what the risk is, Kevin. I think when it comes to risk associated with it, it has to come down to educating yourself, as you just mentioned, but also picking the right causes to advocate for. Okay. So we've seen it in the past. People would advocate for something and then they would have to retract it and be like, oh, I didn't know, I didn't have that side of the story. So just being educated, picking the right cause to advocate for. But there are certain situations or certain topics that are just no-brainers. They need a voice, and you an Olympic medalist or whatever. If you are Naomi, what is it, Osaka, or, you could be a WWE wrestler. It don't matter. If you in a platform with a spotlight, you are responsible for being a champion to those who don't have that same voice.
And
Mm.
let me say something real quick, Gemini. Just real quick. You did bring up a good point. Every 4 years, that's when she's highlighted pretty much. But think about her sport. There's not a lot of people that look like her.
Nobody looks like her.
So when she speaks out for people who look like her, are those people that don't look like her, are they going to turn a blind eye to what she's saying? That's all I wanted to say, Gemini.
Or the insecurities, even if they don't, right? Some of these people are probably leaving out of the room, but they be like, yeah, hey, thank you for saying it. And then they leave out and then they talking about you behind your back. So I'm pretty sure those types of thoughts are probably creeped in her head at some point. But let's just be real, Kevin. She didn't just start swimming at Stanford. She has been a African-American female swimming all her life. So she was probably 9 years old, 10 years old, dealing with those same type of racial issues or inequality issues or whatever it may have been, right? Even Jim and I joked earlier in the show about the hair situation, but I wonder how many times girls have said, can I touch your hair, right? Or what's up with the texture of your hair after she get out the water? So I can just tell you right now, she's probably had to deal with that kind of chaosity and I don't want to call it racism, but, those types of questions all throughout her life.
I do believe that you should do some research. I don't want people to just jump on a bandwagon of a particular cause. Like if you believe in women's rights, go hard for women's rights. And like you said, I feel anybody, whether you're a celebrity or well-known or not, if you have a voice to use it for people that don't have a voice. In any capacity, if it's something you believe in, if you advocate for abused children, because those children can't speak up for themselves. If you're advocating for women's rights, advocate for the women that, feel like they don't have any rights. So the risk, is people will turn their back on you. But I feel, me personally, I feel like it's so much of it going on now that it's not as uncommon for, think back, what was it, the 70s where the athletes, did this when they won. Now somebody could do that and they'd be like, oh, okay. It wouldn't be talked about still 30, however many years later, because it's more common now that people are using their voice. So I don't think you might lose 2% of your fans if you advocate for African-American rights or Black Lives Matter or whatever the case is. But I think people are used to athletes and celebrities and whatever, using their voice for something. So sometimes they just, it's a lot of people that might not believe in, if LeBron James was, speaking out against racial issues, are they not going to go to LeBron James? Are they not going to go to games anymore? Probably not. Probably still go, is what I'm saying.
That's an interesting perspective, because I think it makes what she does more special. Because let's just be real, LeBron is so saturated in the marketplace. You can't get mad at LeBron. If you get mad at LeBron, that's on you. At this stage, he is still going to be on the cover of everything. He still has a set amount of people, a finite amount of people that's going to rock 10 toes down with him regardless. But Simone Manuel, she don't have that type of support. And I appreciate somebody in the comments said microaggressions, not racism. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The microaggressions. But she don't have the same exact platform and the same exact optics. So if some of these endorsements like TYR or TTY or whoever it is that back her they can pull the cord at any time and nobody gonna stand up, and there's not gonna be a Nike documentary on Simone Manuel for standing up for people, or there won't be a commercial. It won't even hit our radar when she started losing things. So when you talk about the risk, KT, she has everything to lose by stepping out there and saying what she got to say. That's what makes it mean more that an African American who is in a sport which she is considered a minority step out of the fray in a room by herself and to make this kind of make these kind of gestures and to make these kind of statements.
But the one thing that helps her is she's actually really good at her sport. So, you know what I mean? That helps.
The gold medal don't hurt, do it?
Don't hurt at all.
All right, y'all. Cool. Well, it is now time for the Manhattan Project, even though she's not here.
I feel some kind of way about her getting her picture and all that stuff, and she chose to not be here. But now, shout out to Miss Manhattan. We're gonna hold you down tonight, as we do have a couple of topics we want to discuss. So,
hey, there's something I want to say. I don't know if the folks realize that KD and I had the same middle name. So I
didn't realize it,
and I
am. Yeah, I think we found it out last year, B. Jones, when they said it.
Really?
Yeah.
How interesting is that?
Yeah, it took us like 700 episodos to figure that out.
Yeah. we on what, episode 224 for the third time around, man.
Yeah,
about a 10th power, and we finally get that. But I'm a big fan of Jamel Hill. This is something she posted early in this week. It sparked a major debate online, and I guess I'm interested in how we would respond if this was all of us on here got kids. I know a lot of people out there watching got kids, so let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen.
A 7-year-old girl who had to watch me and my brothers jump her daddy after school. I'm sorry. I know that was probably a traumatizing experience for you, but we kept asking you to stop bullying my daughter and you wouldn't listen. We sent letters home. We even had a meeting with you and your parents and you wouldn't listen. So now you know your actions have consequences. And since you're too young to receive those consequences, you had to watch your daddy take those consequences. Get some therapy. You'll be all right.
Man, it's so much to unpack on that one. We'll start with you, Gemini. What is your take on this man who him and his brothers jumped on somebody because his daughter was getting bullied?
I gotta catch this fade. I done told y'all. Now look. I will say this. The man said. Now, I hope all this is true. The man said, we didn't try to talk to you. We tried to talk to your parents. We tried to go to the school. Basically, we tried everything else. You're not getting it. So, yeah, y'all had to catch this fade. I want to know how many brothers it was, though.
Yeah, Gemini, you had to jump on them. And in another video, I had to do a little bit more research on this one. It was actually brought out that he said it was intentional. Him and his brothers did it to show the bully that even though it's one-on-one, you have a physical advantage over this person. So we wanted to have a physical advantage over your daddy to show you that when people are helpless and they can't defend themselves, how it looks. Kevin, I'll let you go, KT. This is a crazy one.
The crazy thing is, I get where he's coming from.
Me too.
I get where he's coming from. But beating up the dad at a school and then talking about, hey, it's okay if you go get therapy because we just put these hands on your daddy. I can't get jiggy with it, B. Jones.
I can't either.
Because there's other ways to handle that.
No, it's not. He said he tried all of that. So what else are we
said he tried it. He said he tried it.
We're talking about 7-year-olds. So we're not even talking about like teenagers that can fight it out themselves. You know what I'm saying? And typically what happens in this situation is at some point, maybe his 7-year-old would have swung and finally, she might have Tina Turner, the other 7-year-old, and then she's the one in trouble. And then, but you've already, trying to stand up for you've already tried to take measures to get them to stop. Stop. The sad part about it is he probably gonna get assault charges.
Yeah, they are. They're
And
definitely
that's
getting
what I
that.
was gonna go. That's what I was gonna go with this, because one, if I'm the daddy that got jumped on, I'm going to press hella charges, which is what I think he should have done in the beginning place, right? I grew up in the mindset from my grandmother, like anger begets anger, violence begets violence. So by you doing this, I get you were trying to teach a very valuable lessons about how her actions, so people have to pay the accountability or the cost for your actions. But at the same point in time, all you did was create more toxicity and anger. Because now what's going to happen is this young lady knows that it's possible. So now she's going to behave in an environment in which I understand that this can happen. So I'm going to conduct myself with a pistol on me. You're right. So now what do you do if that young lady goes and say, you jumped on my dad, and she shoots them young men? Now we got an 8-year-old who then set up there and shot a man when he come to pick his daughter up from school. Right. I'm just saying, with a world that's full of so much hate and anger and venom and just toxicity, I don't see the point in doing this. Now, what he should have done was he should have pressed charges. And it comes a point where like people gonna say, well, you can't sue a 7-year-old. No, but I guarantee you there's ways that you can get on the legal.
Assault is assault.
Assault is assault.
Yeah.
And especially assault that has been told. Like that 7-year, once you told her, like, hey, leave her alone, don't touch her no more. If she continues to do that behavior, she might have to get expelled. She might have to choose another school.
But you don't know. See, y'all are making assumptions that you know the school. Apparently, he's probably been up to the school already, and the school's probably like, okay, girls, Susie Q, you stay over there and you keep your hands to yourself.
But Gemini, I feel you.
I'm telling you, this was the last resort for this man. So all of this, well, he should have done this and he should have done that. We don't know. He might live in a small town where, we don't know if the other girl, I don't know. Do y'all know whether the other girl was white or black? Her daddy might be, the uncle on the police force. I don't know. All I'm saying is, when I done told you, what's that? FAFO.
I don't even know what that means.
And find out. So that's exactly what happened, because I've told you. It's the end of the school year, y'all. So y'all think this just went on for a month? This probably been going on.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. But Gemini,
May.
So what do you do? So what do you do when your phone ring and your husband just got gunned down outside the school by a man who got jumped on by him and his brothers, and now he brings a pistol with him to the school to pick up his kid, which is illegal, by the way. You're not supposed to have a gun in the school zone, but this man gets out his car, he comes and he does what he does. An anger act, a violent act is now put up on this man. You get a call and say, hey, you just lost your husband, your daughter just lost her daddy. All of this over these actions. How do you respond then? It ain't no.
Let me back up. So let me clarify.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, they jump on me, I'm coming strapped to the school parking lot every single time.
You're right. Jim and I do be bad at sometimes. I was ready to fight this lady in the Walmart parking lot the other day. So let me backtrack. I don't believe that him and other people should have jumped the man. Now, I will say he might have could have grabbed him by that collar of that hoodie and said, now I done told you and your kid to leave my baby alone. Now, jumping him with other people, maybe that was a little extreme. But I'm not going to keep telling you and you allowing your daughter to keep doing this. You have not given her any consequences because she keeps doing it.
And that's another thing we don't know, though. Because I'm going to be real. I see some of these kids right now, like to catch me outside. Some of these parents don't have no control over their kid. And we can sit up there and say that's because of what you did when they was 3, 4, and 5 and you spoiled them. But some of these parents can't control their kids no more. I'm sorry. Some of these kids are.
You need to get beat for not being able to control. You need to get jacked up for not being able to control your kids.
I mean, that's what happened to him. Evidently, that's what happened to him. He did.
That's exactly
in their own hands, but.
All right, Gemini. Well, everybody out there know that Gemini scraps. She fights.
And if you come back next week, we will replay a video that we have of Miss Gemini Jones throwing those hands. So come back next week.
We ain't gonna put that one out. All right, next question, Gemini. We're gonna keep this one real quick because I don't want Kevin I don't want to have to meet with Kevin after the show. But do y'all accept Diddy apology? KD, Pam, are you accepting Diddy apology? All right, next topic.
Exactly.
NIL gone bad. The NIL has gone bad. There was a case in Florida with Billy Napier. Kevin, I'm sorry to have to do this to you, but they promised a kid out of high school $13.85 million. Somehow it was contractual. I don't know if that was a verbal or a written contract, but Florida had reneged. Florida's collective disbanded and reneged on that deal with the player. 2 years later, the player now is suing the head coach of Florida University for defraudment. And my question to y'all is should he be suing? Is he gonna win, or is it just tough break? You lost out, kid. You gambled and you put your trust in the wrong people. Kevin, we'll start with you since this is your favorite college institution.
If we trying to give that much money for one player, B. Jones, and that head coach needs to be fired. I'm just going to be real with you, because one player is not going to make that big a difference in football if he's not a quarterback. You know what I mean?
He is a quarterback.
Well, I may be rolling with a boy. How good is it? I don't even know how good is it.
He was one of the best quarterbacks in the 5-star, one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I don't know if he was number one, but he was in the top 5 definitely when all this was going on.
He may have got that money, but no, seriously, B. Jones, if it's not in writing, then you have nothing. I can verbally say I'm gonna give you whatever I want. I mean, that's a gentleman's handshake kind of thing, right? But if it's not in writing that, hey, I'm going to give you 13.5 or 8.5 million, then nah, Playboy, you ain't getting.
You know what? This is my thing. I like where you go with the legal aspect of if it's not in writing, but I think there are ways that you can get around stuff. If he says something, I think there are ways that a verbal contract can be held up in the court of law, especially if you can prove that he said it. Now, if you can't prove that he said it, but I'm sure Jaden Rashada got text communication or something that says, hey, we want to deal with you, or we're going to put this out there for you. So I think he's absolutely right. I hate that he's going through this situation, but you know, you can't just go out promising kids stuff. And my problem with the whole situation is he didn't have to be dealing with Florida. If you don't, because I'm going to tell you right now, somebody promising my kid $13.85 million, the rest of the country, I don't even want to talk to y'all. There's nothing you can say. Is you offering $14 million? No, I'm not offering. Okay, thank you. We got a deal over here with Florida. We're going to pass on you. Well, regardless of whatever reason why, which I can only imagine Billy Napier walking in the room and be like, hey, so I got one player I'm offering 13.85. They probably was like, what? We ain't got that kind of money. You can get out of here. So I'm pretty sure he just was, talking. He wrote a check his butt can cash. But at the same point in time, if I'm the kid, I wish you would have known, like, hey, this is what we trying to do, because then he can go talk to other universities. Somebody probably was offering him $2-3 million. I guarantee you there was other schools that's offering them money. And this is where the defraudment come into play, because once Florida, everything is a see me, wash, rinse, and repeat type industry, right? So once Florida pulls off a back, what do you think the other schools did? They say, wait a minute, why did Florida not offer? What's going on with this? Why did Florida decide to renege, and why did they pull out? So you know what? We're going to hold off until we get more information. We're gonna pass on that offer as well. You see what I mean? Because that's just the way the industry works. So Gemini, what you think? You the tiebreaker.
Yeah, it ain't nothing you can do about that, bro. Unless he has a recording of the conversation. It's a he said, she said. And I just went to court and testified. That was a he said, she said. But I mean, I did have text messages to back it up, but it was still a he said, she said with a lot of it. So.
All right, I guess.
No,
I'm
seriously, if he offers somebody that amount of money,
I mean, I can say that y'all offered me money to come on this show, and that's the reason why I'm still here. I'm waiting on my check.
How do I
like you an idiot because you've been around for like 4 years.
How do I remove her from the
now you mess everything up.
How do I remove her from the process, Casey?
I'm just saying.
No, but we dealing with kids though, y'all. I mean, this ain't like, I'm gonna tell y'all this. If somebody called you up and gave you a verbal offer for a job, what's the rules behind that, Gemini? If they gave you a verbal offer.
I don't quit my job until I sign the other offer letter.
Yep, that's true.
You don't quit anything until you have
it in paper, in writing.
And then I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes, because I've made a verbal offer to someone. I sent them the offer letter. They quit their job, got ready to move, but the state that they lived in was marijuana was legal, but the company was not legal in the company. So when he went to take the drug test, he failed, but it's
Oh, y'all should have hired that man anyway.
I had to rescind the offer because it's company policy.
Y'all the devil.
Yeah, that was bad. That hurt my heart. He was crying.
I would have been crying too.
Gave up his job, everything, was getting ready to move and didn't pass the test. And he's like, but it's legal here. And I'm like, yeah,
it got to be some kind of loophole in that though. That's kind of messed up.
He need the Texas hammer. He need the Texas hammer because you got to get. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, y'all can't do that now. I'm taking this all the way up to the court. Sonia Sotomayor going to have to talk about this one.
All right, y'all. It is time for the uncut gem. So I have a question. Since you guys are guys, if someone is mad at you and not talking to you, but you ain't did nothing, and you know you ain't did nothing, 4 other people told you ain't did nothing, but the person is mad and waiting on you to reach out, even though you have reached out. Do you reach out again? Not necessarily reach out. You responded to the little shady text messages that you got. And then you asked that person, are you still in your feelings? And that person said, I ain't never in my feelings. And you like, okay, that just tell me right there, you in your feelings. So do you reach back out, or do you just let that person work out whatever it is they going through? Because you ain't did nothing.
I actually love this part of the show. I'm just telling you, you can go ahead and tell us the whole story. So just go ahead. Let's run this back. Yeah, just tell us
let us know all the details before we give our opinion.
Look, come on, tell us the story.
So somebody got mad at me while I was in Atlanta. And I don't know if they got mad because I actually lived in Atlanta or because I didn't talk to them while I was in Atlanta. But honestly, I had a headache majority of the time I was in Atlanta. So I slept all day. And then me and my friend, we went out to eat at night. And then we came back and we sat up on the couch and watched Netflix or movies or whatever, right? A girlfriend that I've been knowing all my life. So I'm getting these shady text messages like, well, I guess I'll talk to you sometime. I guess we'll talk on the phone sometime today. And I'm like, well, just like, why couldn't you just say, call me later? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just as busy as I am and you're doing things just like I am, but you're putting it on me like I'm doing something wrong, even though I've, communicated with you this entire time that I've been gone. Like anytime you called, I answered. Anytime you text, I responded. I've even texted you without you having to text me first. Then when I get back, I'm like, hey, made it back. Good. So I think you in your feelings because I went.
All right, so I got some follow-up questions. So was this the gentleman that we spoke very positively about less than 60 days ago on the same show?
There's no telling. Run it back.
Okay. All right. No, question number 2. I got 3 questions. Would this individual be perhaps watching the show? Because we got people out there right now. We got a lot of people that's watching us right now.
No.
Okay, he wouldn't be watching. Okay, and the third question is, because this will be on our YouTube channel for him to see later on, how big is this individual? I know you date tall dudes. I don't want
okay, because I thought you meant something else.
No. Lord.
No. I'll explain that part later.
Yeah, I know. The kids watching this.
Not that.
Okay, so but how physical? I mean, is this a pretty athletic guy?
No, but B. Jones, y'all. No, he's not athletic.
So me and Kevin can whoop him. If push comes to shove, we can whoop him. All right. So with that being said, leave him alone. He is a horrible human being. He is trying to be manipulative, and he don't mean no good for you. Let that go. Dude is shady. Anytime I'm telling you that this is the first sign of some type of manipulative behavior that he's going to use that same tactic and that same strategy when y'all get together. So it's one of them. This is one of them situations to where we always look back and we be like, when did you first start seeing signs of a person being this toxic or being this type of person? And then you be like, girl, you knew better. That's him. He is that guy. He is that guy that will try to make you feel bad. He's going to gaslight you. He's going to try to make you feel bad about things that you do. And he's going to create a lot of insecurities in your heart. Leave him right now. Don't even return. Block him.
Okay, well, I have some other disclaimers. So all day on Facebook, you've been posting subs. Like,
what's a sub?
Subliminal message.
Oh, okay. Kevin, you knew that? You know what subs was?
Yeah, people say that all the time.
Okay. All right. I didn't know. I'm not hip like that.
Saying stuff like, don't fight for people who won't fight for you, and stop doing things for people that don't appreciate you. And like, you was just at a church revival last night, and then this morning you woke up and chose violence. And it's
Hey, the other part about that is I'm not a huge fan of nobody that does the broadcasting thing. Like we on the air.
No, exactly. I never name names.
Yeah, I love how you all think, because you give us some content and you give us amazing stories, and you just real, and we love that part. But at the end of the day, I don't need somebody that's just going on, because this is my thing. Right now, you're talking to a group of people that we may or may not know. When you go to Facebook, that is your colleagues, that is your friends, that is your family. These are a group of people that you 1,000% know, and you know that they know. So when you broadcast stuff to Facebook, you like, that's I can't even go hang with you. You can't even ride to the next tournament with me and KT if you broadcasting on I might eat a fry off the floor, and I don't need that all over social media. I'm just saying.
Gemini, B. Jones and I are not going to the school to go fight somebody, jump somebody in the parking lot because you've been the bully to somebody. We're not doing that.
Well, let me answer Cool Kev's question. Yes, to Cool Kev. Yes. But anyway, and I just feel like we are too old for, like, if you had something on your chest, say it. Because literally I have done, this is one time where Jim and I can honestly say, I ain't do nothing wrong. I communicated, but I was asleep half the day. I had a headache the whole time. And then since I got back, you didn't even ask me how my trip was. You was like, good. And I'm like, okay. And then Monday, I get a text message at 5:30. Damn, you went to Atlanta and came back missing in action. And I'm like, well, you ain't called me all day. Like, what? Why not just say, hey, I ain't heard from you all day. Call me when you get a moment.
Leave him alone. Let's move. Let's go, KT. Go to the next. He ain't that one. He ain't that dude. We auditioned for Gemini Jones' new boyfriend. Y'all hit her up at OJustPam on IG. We promise you.
What? Real quick, B. Jones, I did see an Instagram post where it's like going to these people go to this event, and it's like their friends, the single people's friends present like this PowerPoint, and then the person gets up there and their friend like presents them to try to get them dates. So maybe
is that real?
Yeah, I'll send y'all the Instagram post.
Would you have the courage to do that? Because I definitely will present you. I would.
You don't want us to present you. You ain't gonna never have a man. That would be the worst idea ever for you.
Like a little PowerPoint.
I got you. I even do it in Excel. I do the PowerPoint in PowerPoint. I do it on the Word, the Microsoft version, not the Apple version. All right, let's go to the drop.
Why is it so long?
Oh, no, we can't. We technically can speed that up. We get with the producers after the show.
All right, so Simone Manuel's journey to greatness began at a young age. Born in Sugar Land, Texas, she quickly showed promise in the pool, catching the attention of coaches and fellow swimmers alike.
And her talent didn't go unnoticed for long. Simone's dedication and hard work propelled her to the top of the swimming world, culminating in her breakthrough performance in the 2016 Rio Olympics.
That's right, B. Jones. Simone made history by becoming the first African-American woman to win an individual Olympic gold medal in swimming. Her electrifying finish in the 100-meter freestyle not only secured her a place in the record books, but also inspired a generation of young African-American swimmers.
Now, I want to say this. Next week, will we start doing this?
No, I like him. I like him, please.
No, I know. No, we're going to keep doing them. But how about if Simone is watching this? She's like, man, what the hell am I watching? We
trying to represent you, Simone. I'm trying to say like I'm on here.
B. Jones, it's just so funny with you. It's
I tried to match his energy. You know what
he be here.
You got
really air out his teeth. Lord,
Hey,
Jesus.
I like it. I like it. I thought it was super dope, man. All right, KT, give us your coach's groove, fam.
You know, I'm gonna do something a little different this week, so just check out this video.
Oh. Break it down. What are you saying? Me and you. Don't worry about who. What? Let me see if you really know the words. Say it. Quick, real quick. Those are not the words. Okay. Let me tell you what the words are really quick. So when I wrote this song at home in my back room at my mom's house, and I was writing this song, I'm kind of a lazy writer sometimes, more of a musician, you know. So one of my favorite groups is New Edition, right? So I just used these names. I said, just me and you, ooh, baby. I said, don't worry about Ricky, don't worry about Michael, don't worry about Bobby, baby.
That ain't what he said in the song.
He does not say that in that song.
He did not say that. He said,
How can you be an artist and don't even know the words to your own song? Now, he does say, don't worry about Michael, don't worry about Johnny, don't worry about them, baby. But he never says what he just said.
I thought he said, I thought the first name was Kevin. Don't worry about
No, he don't.
Don't worry about
No.
Don't worry.
If you listen to it, he says, don't worry about Michael, don't worry about Johnny, don't worry about them, baby. I thought it was Kevin too. He doesn't say that. I think people just interpret it as saying Kevin. And I say it because that's my name. So
my own word. I don't care, Raphael. No, I say what I say.
You know, when I watched the video, I said, I know Jim and I would love this. And I know B. Jones probably knew about the song. I said, there's no way that he said
Didn't have a clue. Didn't have a clue. I'm lost right now. I'm about
heard that song?
No, well, I've heard the song before, but I never sung it out like they did on the stage, and I never even knew he was saying people's names.
That song is from
Boys in the Hood soundtrack.
When Ricky was in the locker room with his towel. Yes.
But I was like, it's no way that he said that. If you go and listen to the song, he says, don't worry about Michael, don't worry about Johnny, don't worry about them, baby. He don't say Kevin, but we can keep it Kevin though.
We ain't worried about Kevin.
So is that the song of the week, Kevin? Is that the Coach's Groove this week?
Yeah, that's Coach's Groove. Is Just Me and You by Tony, and I just wanted to bring that out because apparently he's been singing the song wrong, not us. Okay, go ahead.
Facts.
All right, well,
all these people been singing the song versus one person.
Well, we already showed these shoes. They coming up soon, but I'm going to put them back out because I think they released this weekend or next weekend. So y'all know we got the new video format. So here we go.
Let's talk sneakers. Check out Nike Air Jordan 1 High Og in beige, black and white, simple brown shoes for casual outfit.
These Nike Air Jordans are a timeless classic with a unique black and white design that catches attention.
Hey, that beat.
That beat was wrong. I'm over here I'm doing everything to that beat.
I'm over here jamming. Nah, but y'all saw the shoes and lattes. They finally coming out here really soon. So we already talked about these sneakers in the past. I can't remember if Miss Manhattan was here or not, but y'all already know this is if you had the mochas or if you didn't get the mochas, this is an awesome way to get you into it. I guess it's a little bit of a lighter brown, but kind of the same sneaker, right? I mean, it don't have the dark mocha feel, but it's got the latte. You know what I'm talking about? So KT, you snagging or you dragging, man?
Snagging.
All right, Gemini, you snagging or you dragging?
What you think, B. Jones?
I think you snagging these.
I might snag these.
Yeah, I can see you snagging these. Now you about to do your plea to beg somebody out there Sportslifetalk Nation.
Oh, it's okay. It ain't been working, so why even waste my breath?
Ain't nobody said you not a noun pair of shoes? Not a noun one?
Not near one. I'm waiting.
Hey.
How many bunny hops I got to do to get these?
I don't know. Your camera up real high today, so you ain't gonna get away with the bunny hop today.
My shirt says stay golden, by the way. I've got the golden rose on my shirt.
You just had to do it, didn't you?
Thank you for being a friend. Hey, no, all right, y'all. Let's go. Pick six time. Here we go. So for the pick six, number one. Kevin, I'm gonna say this one for you. Gemini, you ain't been watching the playoffs, have you? You ain't been watching the men's playoffs, have you?
Some of it, yeah. Some of it.
So in my opinion, or who, in your opinion, who has become a true NBA superstar this playoffs, Kevin? Jalen Brunson, Ant-Man, Tyrese Halliburton, SGA. Who has really staked their claim as being a true NBA superstar this offseason?
Now, to everybody you just named, there's only one name that people are saying he's basically going to be the new face of the NBA, and that's Ant-Man. Ant-Man has stepped his game up tremendously, looking like Jordan. I think that's Jordan's son, though. I'm going to be honest with you, but we're going to talk about it in another episode, but it's Ant-Man.
Well, first off, I think Ant-Man has grown the most over the years, but if I had to just really, truly take a snapshot of what was accomplished in this playoffs, it would have to either be SGA, who now has his first commercial with the Christina Aguilera thing. He's become now a national name. He was in the debate and the discussion for the MVP. But my favorite, and who I think who left Dallas, goes up there to New York, is Jalen Brunson. I think everybody thought Jalen Brunson was a great player. I think we considered him as an all-star player. But I think Jalen Brunson showed us without a true number 2 superstar on his team, he took this team all the way to the conference semifinals. There is not a doubt in my mind that Brunson has made the biggest step and is a legitimate superstar. He will be a 95, 96 rating, something crazy like that on the next 2K. Brunson was the truth, man. So
too bad that won't last the next 2 years if he can play for Tibbs. I'm just saying.
Oh, here we go. You're knocking on Tibbs. All right, y'all. Well, first and foremost, me being a Louisiana native and coming to the city of Dallas, I want to just say congratulations to y'all. Y'all are super hot. I saw this post right now, and it made me think of y'all. So I wanted to show some love to the Dallas Mavericks. They of course are playing in the conference finals. The Dallas Stars won a championship in 2024. The Rangers won a championship recently, and as you can see, the Cowboys are competitive year in and year out. But
wait a minute. So the Rangers won it all, or they're just
Rangers won it last year?
The Rangers won it all last year.
Yeah. Whoever did the graphic, they messed it up. They messed it up because it should have been the Rangers 2024 and the Stars 2023. But my question to y'all is, Dak Prescott was on camera today. They talked to him about how the area of Dallas is so hot. So he said there's a lot of pressure on the Cowboys. So my question to you is, who will win a ring next? The Dallas Wings or the Dallas Cowboys? Who is most likely to win a ring and bring it back to Dallas? And we'll go with you, Gemini. Wings or Cowboys?
Wings.
The Wings. All right. What about you, head coach?
It's the Wings. If I got to depend on that dude to be the quarterback, it's the Wings.
I think we shooting 3 for 3. I think the Dallas Wings will get it. I think y'all will get it once Jerry Jones kind of moves out of the way. I wonder what they saying. What they saying.
Never.
All right, y'all. Number 3, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. You know, we're going to say that for 1 minute when Miss Manhattan come back, because I want her opinion on that. Kevin, Kyrie Irving, he on the precipice of being back in the NBA Finals. If the Mavericks do somehow pull this off and win a ring again, what does that mean for Kyrie's legacy? And do you rank him past Kevin Durant when we start talking about all-time greats?
It'll make him. It will really solidify him as being the dog, the alpha, the superstar that he is. Will he? I still don't see him jumping KD.
I have to jump KD. I have to jump KD because you got to remember KD went and joined that rock star team out there at Golden State to get his rings, and then he tried it in Brooklyn. He tried it again in Phoenix, and he has been unable to come up with the ring. Kyrie Irving, of course, gets his rings with LeBron in Cleveland. He tries it in Boston and some other places, can't get his ring, but then all of a sudden he finds it home in Dallas, where he's partnered with another legitimate superstar. Well, Kevin Durant is partnered with some superstars, especially when you brought in a Bradley Beal and a Devin Booker. So I got to start saying that I'm tilting my scale towards ranking Kyrie above of Kevin Durant going forward. We have a lot of scrappiness a lot of chippiness in the WNBA right now, KT. The other night, I think Jackie Young and Sophia Cunningham got into a little bit of a scrap. I think that was just as recent as last night. My question to you guys, and Jim and I really want you to sign off on this one. Is this good for women's basketball? Are they playing into the stereotypes of what guys already have saying this about women, the clear stereotypes about women, or guys like myself and KD are going to say, take this as a sign of this is true competitiveness, and this is what we've been waiting on the women's game to do. So what do y'all think? Is it good for the game, or is it bad for the game?
How would anybody say that with as much tussling that go on in men's basketball?
Men don't have the same stereotypes as women, though. People consider women catty. It's the same reason we hear stupid comments made about why a woman can't be president, right? They emotional, right? So now you got a group of guys that's out there saying, like, see, I told you, they can't even hold.
Because I didn't see y'all fly. I didn't see y'all and do all of that during. So if you can't say that about women if I'm looking at the exact same thing on another channel with men doing it. It has nothing to do. Cattiness and chipperness or whatever you call it, chippiness has nothing to do with being a male or a woman. It's the competitive spirit in you. It's the, somebody says something you didn't like, regardless. It has nothing to do with your gender. I done seen a whole lot more fights in men's basketball and going off and all that stuff than what I have in women's basketball. So who needs to calm down?
What about you, KT? What you think, man? Good for the game?
It's basketball, B. Jones. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. It's basketball. If you're a hooper, you're going to get into it with somebody. Point blank, period. If you're a girl, a boy, if you're a man, you're a woman. It's basketball. It's like one of the dumbest things that people talk about is, oh, they're catty. Shut up.
Well, but Kevin, we talked about it for 2 months when Caitlin and Reese got into it. It shut the internet down when them two got into it. We've never seen that happen when dudes get into it. But I'm gonna say that this legitimizes the sport. I think you hit it right on the head, Kevin. This shows us that these young ladies are true competitors who go in the gym and work their butts off just like the guys do, and they have emotions just like the guys do, and they laying it all out there, blood, sweat, and tears on that court. To me, this makes me want to watch the games more, knowing that it ain't golf claps and all friends and stuff like that. I need to see a few nice tussles and some rivalries. I need some old-fashioned hate infused in the WNBA, and I think all it's going to do is make the league better. We saw what it did for college basketball with this last Final Four when Caitlin took on the world, and I think we need to see it in the WNBA to make it a must-watch TV, a must-watch affair. All right, y'all, let's get out of here. I am going to give you my yeet of the week, and I'm going to keep this one super, super simple. No videos, nothing like that. But this past weekend, y'all know I'm a big-time boxing fan. I love the pugilistic sport, so I'm going to take and give my yeet of the week for being extraordinary, elite, and tenacious to Alexander Usyk. He defeated Tyson Fury on Saturday night, and Kevin, they said it was a split decision. Me and KT, we were in Norman, Oklahoma, so we didn't get to watch the fight, but I watched all the highlights, and it looked like he was all over Fury's head. I'm talking about. He was. Fury. Luckily, Fury 6'8" or something like that, because if the rope, he leaned back a lot of times, and the rope saved him until the ref just finally got tired of him taking a beating, and he finally gave him the credit. But this win was bigger than just a boxing getting another undisputed champion. Usyk represents Ukraine. We all know what kind of year the Ukrainians have had over the last year or two dealing with Russia. But going back in the Alexander's career, he was a lightweight cruiserweight. He was a light, smaller cruiserweight. He's won championships there. He's actually 6'3", which makes him seem kind of small compared to all other heavyweights. He was an Olympic gold medalist. When you talk about representing Simone being an Olympic gold medalist. So, and this is the biggest story of them all. It took him to the age of 37 to get these belts unified and to bring them together with 22 wins on his record. So, shout out to the guy. He's undefeated. He is now officially the number one pound for pound boxer in the world. He's a heavyweight. It's been a long time since we've seen a heavyweight be the biggest and baddest man in the world when it comes to carrying these gloves. So Alexander Usyk, for being extraordinary and elite, you deserve a yeet. Let's go home, y'all.
All right, y'all. So that is going to wrap up our show. It is time for the 2-minute warning. So, B. Jones, I say this every week, but give us your rundown list of shout outs.
It's gonna be quick. Want to send a shout out. I hope all my family travel safe. We got we lost my grandfather last week, and so I get to see everybody this week, and we'll be sending him home with his homecoming. But I want to just send a shout out to all of the Adidas 3SSB. Session 2 was in Norman, Oklahoma. Shout out to Trey Young. Shout out to Jet Terry. They represented the game. They were there. But more importantly, we saw all of the coaches that's been rocking with us. All of these players do such an amazing job. And I just salute all the parents. Whether it's Mother's Day, Father's Day, Parents' Day, I don't care. Siblings' Day, the amount of money that's spent for these kids to get the opportunity to go play in these tournaments and travel with their friends all summer long is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. So I'm just sending love and peace. And we got a recap video. I'm pretty sure some people clicked on this video today, hoping to see the recap video. The recap video will be here tomorrow. If I get time, if not, it'll be Friday. Like I said, I got a crazy weekend ahead of me, but we got that recap video coming y'all way super soon. So just thank y'all. Thank you, Adidas, for having us. Ate good, had a great time, and we appreciate it.
All right, Coach.
To all the teachers out there, this is the moment. This is the moment we've been waiting on since Christmas, since spring break. It's time for you to become the babysitters, to take your kids back home. Hopefully you'll teach them something over the summer so they can grow and come back to us. But hey, to all the teachers out there, to all the students, to everybody in the education that makes this happen, shout out to y'all.
All right, awesome. Well, I want to shout out to my friend Charisma for having me this past weekend. I had a blast. We ate really good. And I want to say that I was very disciplined, however, with my drinking. My trainer has me on a 6-week program. So when I get these abs, it was all worth it. But shout out to my friend. She was an amazing host. Shout out to B. Jones's family. My condolences to you on the loss of your grandfather. And last but not least, shout out to my therapist, honey.
You still doing the travel business?
Yeah, they too.
I guess we out.
Hey, thank you, Simone.
You already know what time it is, Sports Life Talk, and if you didn't know, you didn't set your reminder. You need to set your reminder, man. Sports Life Talk through your speakers and your headphones. Get to know the name and let your friends know. Ask who's got their game on lock, like a chain around a box, no bento. Legos in the end zone, building on a height from the scoreboard that we're adding to. Consistent with the content on a whole different magnitude. Working front to back like a lateral pass, and the attitude matches the aptitude. That's why we're glad to do Sports Life Talk, counting down the clock till the next episode drops, yeah. Sports Life Talk, counting down the clock till the next episode drops, yeah.